what I saw.
Yeah.
What it looked to me like he was negotiating with a deaf prostitute.
I know Gavin Newsom, and I think a lot about Gavin Newsom, many different things about Gavin Newsom, but one thing I know for a fact about Gavin Newsom is he has the capacity to beat a lie detector test.
Tyrus and Tucker Carlson just tore apart Gavin Newsom's carefully polished image like a cheap party decoration from the clearance rack. California's golden poster boy might finally be melting under his own Hollywood glow. And these two aren't pulling any punches. From secret mansion meetings to who truly runs the state's power grid, everything's spilling out. Get ready, this isn't your normal talk show chat. It's a full-scale roast, complete with shiny hair gel and popcorn bought with tax money.
Go back and watch the tape.
Yes!
He literally goes, I want some of this, then you do some of this, and I'll do some of that back to you, and then we'll do this, and then I'll pay you, and then we'll do it again.
True.
And then she kept saying, no.
Newsom will say anything he needs to say, and not like Biden's not like this, actually. Whatever Biden's fault, he's not like this. Like Biden, he has like guilt. If he's lying to you, he gets twitchy. Gavin Newsom's palms don't sweat. His respiration doesn't increase. His body temperature doesn't change. Nothing changes in Gavin Newsom when he lies to your face.
If you're enjoying this, hit that subscribe button. It helps more than you know. California politics has always felt like a mix of a streaming drama and a flop reality show. But this time, the final episode might actually deliver. Because when Tyrus and Tucker Carlson start stripping away the layers of Gavin Newsom's political shine, you see something shocking. Behind the slick hair, fancy suits, and Instagram-ready grins hides a man who might just be the most good-looking chaos creator in America.
It's not his words when he speaks.
Yeah.
You have to watch him closely. And some genius decided not to film him any lower than the shoulder.
Yes, did you? Yes.
So what did he do?
You couldn't see the hands.
No, but he sent Morse code.
Yes.
Go back and watch it. Look at the blinking. Blink, look. Meet me at the house. Like, he's blinking. He's sending, I'm getting there. Hey, just so you know, I'm not wearing pants.
Ew.
And then, look, he's blinking. And then eventually, the camera guy realizing that he's signaling him, so he gets appalled, leans back, camera comes down, and then we're back to this. I'll do this for you.
And that's saying a lot in a country that once voted for reality show stars and walking memes. Gavin Newsom has always been that friend who talks about fresh starts while his own house burns behind him. California's economy is wobbling like it overdosed on avocado toast. Homelessness looks like a state-funded art project. Yet somehow, he keeps giving motivational talks about progress while half the population packs for Texas.
And there are not that many people like that, actually. That's a rare quality. Like, to lock down the state, to keep people's kids from getting an education, and to arrest people for surfing, and then go have dinner at the French Laundry. Like, most people couldn't do that. They'd just be like,
You're saying he's a sociopath. He can lie and not care.
I'm not a psychiatrist, but I don't really know the category, and I'm not going to diagnose him, but I'll just say in 50 years of being around a lot of people, I've met very few who can behave that way. Very, very few. It's a very unusual quality, and of course, it's probably useful in politics.
Tyrus didn't have to speak much. One eyebrow lift said it all, because honestly, what can you add about a man who treats every press briefing like a magazine photo shoot? Newsom walks into a room as if he's starring in President the Movie, but his script forgot every page that mentions accountability.
Okay, how about this? You do this one first, then we do this one, then we give a little back and forth. Sorry, every time I look, I just see him going. Sorry.
You know, another option it could be, because he's doing the whole rebrand with the podcast and he's trying to.
Yeah, this one.
Tucker Carlson, on the other hand, has turned picking apart arrogance into an art form. And with Newsom, it's an all-you-can-eat buffet. Every move, every tone, every self-righteous grin begs to be studied through the lens of irony. It's political theater mixed with Hollywood fantasy, except no one remembered to yell, "Cut." The two didn't just discuss him, they painted a picture of California's chaos, signed it with sarcasm, and hung it on a wall titled, "This is what happens when you try too hard to look presidential." Because make no mistake, Gavin isn't leading a state, he's auditioning for history. Every camera shot counts. Tyrus joked that if Newsom spent as much time solving issues as he does styling his hair, California would already be paradise. Tucker added that Newsom seems to adore leadership, just not the part where you fix problems, accept blame, or read complaints from his own citizens.
California announced it was going to ban all gas-powered vehicles, and a lot of people laugh because Gavin Newsom, who runs the state into the ground, is now a third world country, is a moron. Obviously, he just says whatever on the card. And of course, California doesn't have enough electricity to have electric cars. They can't keep the lights on. So how are they going to power the future of vehicles? Well, they're not. Obviously, it's a joke. But what's not a joke is that it's not just California that's pushing this. Politicians in places like Ohio, sensible states, are also trying to ban gasoline engines, your car, your truck, your lawnmower.
It's almost impressive, honestly. Newsom has mastered the skill of passionately talking about things that never improve. It's like watching a life coach terrified of actual progress. You don't know whether to cheer or call a repairman. The funny part is, California still calls itself the model for America's future. Well, if that future means potholes, blackouts, and a governor fit for a shampoo ad, mission achieved. Tyrus and Tucker scraped off the shiny finish to reveal the truth. This isn't governing anymore, it's performing. Even his clean energy plans feel like a subscription box no one wanted but everyone's paying for. And somehow, California's real renewable energy source isn't solar, it's excuses. Tyrus looked genuinely stunned, like when someone insists that chaos equals progress. He broke it down. Crime is rising faster than rent. Businesses are fleeing like marathon runners. Yet Newsom keeps preaching that innovation will fix it all. It's like watching a man sink his own boat and call it underwater living.
There it is, see? They couldn't hold him back. He's like, I'm not on film. Oh, I'm not. Nope. Bring my hands up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up. Bring him up. He's playing with us. Meet me at my house. You get mine. I get yours. It'll work out.
Paul, are they capable of soul searching? It feels like the party itself has no soul.
Yeah, I know. They have no soul.
Tucker pushed the idea further, saying California's dream under Newsom feels like a trial version of national dysfunction. And honestly, he's got a point. You can picture it. Newsom giving a unity speech while people behind him trip over scooters and dodge falling palm trees. Every time he praises the California miracle, somewhere a power plant groans. The irony? Gavin sees himself as the cool dad of politics, the one who lets you break rules because he's understanding. But really, he's the dad who forgot to pay the electric bill and now wants praise for lighting candles. Tyrus joked that Newsom's style feels like a mix of yoga teacher calm and used car salesman confidence. They even talked about how he vanishes during crises, like a magician whose best trick is disappearing when accountability arrives. Whether it was that French laundry dinner or the Mad Max-level chaos his state faced, Newsom always reappears just in time to collect applause.
Gavin Newsom, I text with him occasionally. I am from the state of California. I'm from originally San Francisco, and I have relatives who know him, and I've been friends with Gavin Newsom for a long time. I know his ex-wife, I have been bothering him for years. Like, you should come on my show. And he was kind of open to it. And then he whips around and he's like, no, you should come on mine. I was like, oh, I would love to, because I would love to debate him about what he's done to my state. And then I watched a parade of people go on, some of whom are good friends of mine, by the way, conservatives go on his show.
It's like he's allergic to bad headlines, but addicted to perfect lighting. Tyrus laughed about how Newsom's version of leadership means announcing shiny new plans for problems he already caused. Homelessness rises, create a task force, crime spikes, announce another program, wildfires spread, hold a press conference with dramatic hand gestures. It's leadership through acting, starring Gavin and his army of buzzwords. And somehow the man still oozes confidence. That's what fascinates both of them. He could walk into a burning building, say, everything's fine, and people would nod because his hair still looks perfect. That's not skill, it's cinematic illusion. Tucker noted how each failure becomes another excuse for a speech. Newsom's like a life coach for dysfunction. Everything sounds great until you notice you're paying $7 for gas just to sit in endless traffic. The real punchline came when Tyrus mentioned that Gavin's presidential dreams aren't even hidden. Every time he speaks to California, he's really speaking to Iowa. He's basically living inside a campaign commercial, nonstop. You can almost hear his slogan, "Vote Gavin because it can't get worse."
This one. Dr. Drew sees it now. We can't unsee it.
It is maybe he's like trying to do the rebrand so much that he's been delving into the TikTok space, because this also reminds me of the TikTok dances, you know, where they're like, he's like maybe he's been practicing so much that it's almost like he does it in his sleep, and he's gonna bust out the dances like we saw during the pandemic.
I just wished I didn't live in California. That's all.
Well, you know what? I think that, like, in his mind, Jamie, he's thinking that, like, this is somehow makes him appear authentic.
And the scary part? He probably believes that. They joked that Newsom might be America's most cheerful disaster, the kind of guy who stumbles over a curb, blames gravity, then gives a TED talk about perseverance. Every scandal becomes a speech. Every mistake becomes a photo shoot. He's politics in Hollywood form, beautiful outside, empty inside. Tucker compared California's tech illusion to Newsom's leadership. Both promise perfection but can't fix basic problems. Tech can't stop spam calls. Newsom can't fix roads. Both sell dreams while ignoring reality and still get applause. Meanwhile, Tyrus said it plain. People aren't leaving California because they hate it. They're tired of surviving it. Every press event feels inspiring until you see the news. Every new plan looks like a rerun with better graphics. Even the rich are fed up. When mansion owners start complaining about taxes, something's deeply wrong. But Gavin just smiles, throws out stats, and talks about inclusive progress.
I actually talked to Gavin Newsom the other day.
Did you really?
Yeah, and
What's that like? Does he smell like sulfur?
it was by phone. I was talking to him on the phone. It's such a weird. He smelled like that was too fast for me.
Sulfur and hair grease.
Yeah. No, but I was making fun of. I shouldn't even make fun of it because it's so tragic. But what's happened to the state and people living on the street?
What is his non-gaslighty perspective?
He said, "Go back to Russia. You like Russia so much." I was like, actually, I'm originally from San Francisco, but I can't live there because
He really told you to go back to Russia?
Of course. I mean, he was laughing.
It's the same show every time. New outfit, same ending, and it always ends the same. The cheers fade, the cameras shut off, and Californians still can't pay rent. Tyrus nailed it, saying, Gavin governs like an influencer managing bad PR. There's always a statement, a spin, and a promise to learn and move forward. But nothing actually changes because his goal isn't fixing, it's surviving headlines. Tucker called it a masterclass in managed collapse. California still looks successful, but behind the curtain, it's just props and fog machines. It's tragic, funny, and oddly impressive. In a world full of politicians pretending to lead, Gavin's pretending to be a legend. And the wild part? He might really think he is. But as Tyrus and Tucker exposed his shiny contradictions, one thing stood out. California doesn't need another speech. It needs saving. The Newsom Show has turned into a public art project called How Not to Govern. And everyone's stuck as unpaid extras.
Gavin, his hands are aggressive.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of theories. One, it was a bad negotiation with a deaf hooker. Now he doesn't want to pay for.
Do you have a problem with deaf hookers?
He does because the deal went south.
It's called the Helen Kellen special.
Still, Gavin keeps walking through the mess with a smile, promising a brighter tomorrow while today quietly falls apart. Maybe that's the most Californian thing ever. A disaster so perfectly staged it looks like cinema. By the end, you almost respect his dedication. He's not just governing, he's acting full-time as the leader of a paradise that only exists in his imagination. Because in Newsom's mind, image is truth and facts are optional accessories. Tucker leaned into that idea. California under Newsom feels like a luxury illusion. It looks rich, modern, forward-thinking, but it's built on sinking sand. Roads are cracking, crime is climbing, and somehow the blame always lands somewhere else.
Democratic state. It's not run on the basis of what the population wants. So it does make me very uncomfortable that someone from that political culture, which is an utterly corrupt political culture, an authoritarian political culture, could enter a presidential race. Because clearly, what are you running on if you're Gavin Newsom? As a native Californian, I know what the state was like in 1985 because I lived there, and it's completely degraded from that time. And how did that happen? Well, part of the big reason is the political leadership in the state. You've got nothing to run on. What are you running? Have you driven through LA recently? Seriously.
He's mastered the skill of apologizing without admitting, announcing everything without fixing anything. And somehow, people still buy it. Because Gavin Newsom's best political gift might be hypnosis. He makes failure sound like progress. He could shut down every small business and still get applause for smiling through it. Tyrus said it best. Newsom doesn't run California, he markets it. Like a flashy product that looks amazing but doesn't actually work. And when the credits roll on this shiny chaos, you're left wondering, how long can one man sell hope before the refund expires? Because no matter how perfect his hair stays, the cracks in California's golden dream are now visible. And this time, not even perfect lighting can hide them.